So my assessment of it all, we need to pray, plan, and prep. Pray, plan, and prep. The 3 P's. Even if you're not seeing it on the news, you saw it maybe a few times, and then you saw the president say food shortage is about to get real. Why do you think he come out and say that? They don't come out and tell us anything until things are way worse than what you realize. And until you realize that, you're never going to understand that this is going to become life or death, whether or not you can feed your family and provide what they need. Get your food, get your water, get your batteries, get all the stuff that you need. From food shortages to places burning down, all of this, I feel, is by design. And I could be wrong. It don't change the fact that it is happening and that it did happen. But more than just what's happening right now in Shanghai and with people, just trying to get something to eat because they can't leave their homes or their apartments. That's affecting us because while everybody is shut down, nothing's moving. Those ports are not operating, which means we are not getting the shipments. And once they do start operating, it's still going to take even longer for all those products, food and whatever, to get over here. So if you're not preparing, this right here is turning into a state of emergency, in my opinion. And we need to get on it and get to it and just get it done. No excuses. You can't say you didn't know.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow.
Okay, y'all, so I am back. I'm thinking, because I just left out the Dollar Tree, and the difference between the Dollar Tree and the Target. Target does have a need for employees, but they do have a lot of employees there. It's not enough to get everything out when they do get deliveries. Dollar Tree, every time I come here, is probably 1 person working or 2 people working. They have a serious worker shortage. I can see that they did get deliveries in the Dollar Tree, but y'all, they have boxes lined up throughout the store. I even got a shot of the storage area. And with 2 workers, there are boxes on carts. Now, not every area had boxes in front of them, which means they didn't have the supplies come in for those particular products. But for that store to be as full with boxes as they are and their shelves to look as bad as they look in there is a problem. And the problem is, how can these stores maintain? How can they stay open when they don't have enough workers in there? You're going to overwork the ones that you do have. They're going to get tired, and eventually I'm going to show up to the store and other people are going to show up to the store, and it's going to be a sign on the door saying not open. Because that has happened at many Dollar Tree stores and many other branches. Now, I can't begin to say what the issue is, whether or not people just don't want to work, or they've been working and they feel like they're overwhelmed because they don't have enough workers and a lot is put on them, or if these companies have the hire sign up, but they're not letting the people come in to work because they don't want to pay that wage. And so, I don't know what the issue is and how it can get solved, but this is just adding to the food supply being limited and other products being limited as well for us to get. While there are items in there waiting to be put up, if there was a particular thing you're looking for, it might not be there, because I can see a lot of emptiness and nothing waiting to go up on the shelves. It's really a sad case. So let's get into the video, you guys. I just want to enter with that so you'll know what's going on in these stores. Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. So we're about to go into the Target. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing great. I am doing just fine. Just preparing for a long trip on Friday coming. So let's go into the Target and see what it looks like, because the last time I was in here, they were short of a lot of things. So I'm just curious. It's been a few weeks. Let's get into the video. Before we go in, I want you guys to go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And please consider subscribing and joining the family over here. So much is going on, you guys, that we have to continue to be consistent with what we are already doing. And if you have not started, I can't tell you, time is running out, because no one knows for sure how long this is going to last. But every single day, something new is added to the list of disasters when it comes to food shortages, high prices, etc., etc., etc. So if you don't know, the Azure, however you say it, that facility burnt down, but they do have other facilities out there. But it leaves to question what is going on and what is next, because we also had that fertilizer plant that caught fire in North Carolina, and we've had other places catch fire as well. I think it was Amazon. So it just makes you wonder what's going on and what they're not telling us. Because the other day I showed you the video of the container ship that was stuck in the Chesapeake. I didn't hear about that anywhere on the news. And I know I stopped watching the news every day, but I still go on my computer and I look things up, and nowhere did I see that. So it is because of that I feel is more important than ever to get yourself in check for what you need. Make a list. Go through your pantry, go through your cabinets in your kitchen or wherever you're storing your food. See what you have, write it down, and start getting extra of those items, because obviously you eat those items. We want to prep what we eat and eat what we prep. Food insecurity is real, but you need to create food security for your family. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. Don't say, well, I can just go over to so-and-so house because I know that they're stocking up. They're stocking up for their family. You should do the same for yours. If you have people in your life that's telling you that you shouldn't be doing that you're overreacting, everything is going to be fine, but you see different, continue to see what you see. Continue to operate off of your belief and your knowledge of what you have been searching and looking up and seeing what's out there, because a lot of people are looking through the glass as, oh, it's just half full. Well, half empty keeps getting drained and drained and drained with every incident that takes place, with every accident or not that takes place. We also need to prepare, because the situation with Russia and Ukraine, that whole thing is still continuing. And every day it's just a dry run for what they want to try to do to us over here. So if you're not preparing, if you're not creating a go bag or whatever in case you have to bug out for whatever situation that might come up, it could even be weather related. We have a bunch of storms out there. Get prepared now. Have a way to cook your food. Matter of fact, have food. Have a way to cook your food. Have a way to open your canned goods. Have lighting. Have something for if you have to bug out outside. Get your tarps, get your tents, whatever comforts that you need that you can carry. Get those items now and make an emergency plan. That is so important. Even if nothing ever happens with Russia and us, we still have storms, tornadoes and hurricanes and floods, fires. Make an emergency plan. Where are you going to meet up? What if the grid goes down? Make that plan how y'all will, if something like that happens, there is a meeting spot that everyone knows to go to. Because what's going to happen is people are going to panic. And when people panic, they do irrational things. I've seen fights in Family Dollar. I saw a video on that. I didn't want to post it. I didn't want that on my channel. But people are desperate. They can't feed their families. They are stealing food out of the stores, and they are willing to fight for it. Saying, well, I'm just going to come to your house. Well, you will be sadly disappointed if you were to find my house. Because we don't just stockpile food, if you catch my drift. So don't have that mindset. Go out and prepare yourself right now while you can. Yes, the prices are higher than ever, and they are continuing to go up. But at this point, I'd rather pay a little more and have something in my house than to say, well, that costs way too much, but yet go out and do other stuff with that same money you could have got that food with. Now you have nothing when something happens. So I'd rather have something in case something happens than to not have anything and something does happen. So we have to think. We have to prepare. We have to pray. Let me just say that. We have to pray before everything else. Yes, God is a God of all things, and he does provide. But faith without works is dead. You have to get out and you have to do something. You can't say, well, God will provide for me all of the things that I need. And he will provide, but it won't be all of the things that you need, because you were supposed to do that stuff yourself. You are your own helpmate if you're single. Your spouse should be your helpmate if you're married. And if they're not, then you continue to do what you need to do, because you still have a family to provide for. So, guys, let's get into the store. And sorry if I sounded like I was preaching. I didn't mean to. I'm just want everybody to come out of the fog, And I know when everybody does, that's when that panic is really, really, really going to set in. Let's go. So the parking lot was full, and I see why. Look at these lines, you guys. This is a Wednesday. Now, although they do have some gaps here in the feminine products and with the paper towels and toilet paper, they still had more than they've had in the past 2 weeks. The frozen section didn't look that bad, better than it did last week when I came in here. Don't forget to get your seeds. Don't let anyone tell you a little bit of space is not enough to grow your food. Everything helps. Everything helps to supplement. This is the baby section here. So that Tarjay looked pretty good. I haven't seen it look that good in a long time. If you go back and look at my last Target video, you can see where they hardly had anything on their shelves. So I could tell that they have gotten some supplies in there. They had some workers out. Not say they had a lot out, but they had enough out where they are filling the shelves where they can. I still saw gaps in the store. The baby food section, yeah, that still needs some work. But there was a recall on some items, so that's probably why it looks the way it does. But the cost of baby food has gone up. So I'm also glad that I'm putting my mask up. I'm also glad that they have more on their shelves, because this store is so crowded on a Wednesday at 1:20 in the afternoon. So besides the baby food being more expensive, the dog food area, the pet supplies, they're a little limited in there. But for the most part, hopefully you can find what you want in this Target store here. So I'm about to head over to the Dollar Tree, which is across the street, since I didn't spend a lot of time in the Target. And let's see if the Dollar Tree looks better than it did the last time. So they did have some seeds in there, but y'all, it's just kind of tossed around. I don't know what's going on with this store. I'll let you know at the end of the video. I think that basket's there because someone just gave up because they couldn't find what they needed. So I was hoping to stock up on some more hand sanitizer, but that wasn't the case. So this is your toothpaste. They barely have any in here. All the toothbrushes are gone. This is your medication and your vitamins up top. Let's see what that's looking like. First aid stuff. Nothing on the shelves. But when it comes to snacks, they have all the boxes sitting right here waiting to be put on the shelves. No shortage of snacks. So because they only had maybe 2 people working, I was able to actually get pictures of some of the back. They obviously have a worker problem. There is a shortage because they have supplies. I don't know. They have paper products, toilet paper, paper towels, as you can see, but I guess no one to put them up. I only see 2 people working here. They're always short-staffed. It's more boxes everywhere, nothing on the shelves. If it's not on the shelf, guess what? You can't buy it. It's still a shortage. And they got these signs right here posted everywhere in the store.